So how do you set up a transition metal for indoor-outdoor carpet when it's going to a cheap, funky carpet in a utility closet? Well, what's good? It's Carpet Mike here from CarpetExpertBlueprint.com, bringing you every single scenario and strategy you could come across in the carpet and flooring industry. But in this case, we have a indoor-outdoor carpet we are doing in a basement, stretch-in style, going over top of spill block padding, and we need a transition metal installed in this doorway here going to a utility closet. Now, in this utility closet, there is an old, funky, cut-to-fit plush carpet that they wanted to keep on the floor for whatever reason. That's fine. But you don't want to seam to this old carpet because it's all loosey-goosey and there's nothing holding it in place, which will ultimately cause bubbles in the room you're doing a professional installation on. So we're going to go ahead and cut a gripper metal from door jamb to door jamb inside of the door, so when it's closed, it looks like your indoor-outdoor carpet flows all the way into this closet. Now that it's cut in place, we want to trim the pad back, as you just seen right there, just behind the metal, maybe a hairline gap, so when you stretch up to it, the padding does not get pushed onto the teeth, and then you could go ahead and stretch your carpet in appropriately, trim and tuck, good to go. But first, we got to get this metal to stick to the floor. So we're going to go ahead and take some 11/16 concrete nails. We're going to take our hammer and we're going to drive it in there, smashing it into that concrete subfloor and making it stick. In most cases, if you're new to this, it'll be a hot mess. Don't get discouraged. Everybody is horrible at this in the beginning. It's just practice. Keep on swinging that hammer till you get it. In worst case, if you absolutely cannot get it to stick, just glue it in place, walk away, come back the next day and stretch it. You'll be good to go. Especially in cases where there is waterproofing around the perimeter of the basement. If you drive nails into it, it will just break and shatter and create far more problems than you want to be involved with. That's when glue is the great go-to. But anyway, back to this. We're using 11/16 concrete nails, driving it through the tile into the concrete subfloor, holding the metal in place, give it a little wiggle to make sure everything's good. And if it is, we're going to keep moving forward. Next, we're going to cut down the sides of the carpet to the door jamb so we can stretch straight forward, tuck the sides, trim and tuck to the metal, and be good to go. Now, let's take this home here. I like to start in the middle and then always flow off to one side, locking everything on. And once that's all locked on nice and tight, then I'll flow to the other side, pushing out any other slack, making sure everything is nice and tight. And then once we know we're good to go, we're going to crease, cut, and go. So here's our crease. Use a linoleum knife for this. You can use anything really. But yeah, I like to use a hook knife there. Just use that to crease it right onto the teeth in the metal. Then we're going to take our knife and we're going to trim it to the top of the metal there. This takes a little bit of finesse and skill. Once again, if you're not good at it, just fold it back, take your time, work it back slowly until it's a perfect fit into the metal. Then just tuck it right in. Look at that, just fingertips at first there. Now we better get a hook knife. Let's use a hook knife there. All right, good to go. We're going to go ahead and tuck the sides. Any loose strings, we want to cut those off. But when you're cutting it on top of an indoor-outdoor carpet, also want to be aware that you don't want to graze the fibers because they will continue to run. So just be careful. Make sure you got a sharp blade and you're getting right down to business. Everything is good. Everything's tucked, good to go. One more swoop across, make sure there's no loose hairs. Now we got to tap this bad boy down. So we're going to smash it downtown with a hammer here. Most people should use a rubber mallet, not this guy though. We just swing it and then we beat it until it's done. That's all there is to this. Now the carpet in the closet is going to remain loose. That's fine because it is just a utility closet. But if you have any questions about the carpet and flooring industry, comment below. I'll make that video for you eventually.